Greetings from Lake Crescent in Olympic National Park, and this is the second part of a series of 3 nature connection experiences designed to guide you through your own transformation, your own metamorphosis. I'm filming this in January. It's the beginning of the calendar year. I celebrated the solstice, which is the natural year, and this is a time to reflect on the past and open up to what can be, what your story can be for the year ahead or for your life. If you haven't already watched the first Nature Connection experience, I encourage you to start there. That's laying the foundation for doing this work, to asking nature's intelligence for help in writing the next chapter of your life. Whether that's healing, wellness, or awakening, finding your purpose in life, opening up your inner self. Now, if you've joined me for that first part and you're ready for the second part, then I invite you to follow along for the next 20 minutes as we continue to work with what a metamorphosis means for you in your life, what makes sense for you on the path to transformation. Take a big deep breath in, a big exhale, In the first chapter of this experience, we took a look back to the courageous parts of ourselves, to times in our history when we stood for change, we stood for courage, we stood for truth-telling, we stood for transformation. And I invite you to work with that same part of you, that same instance, or to open up to even another part of your life, another time in your life when you had courage, when you were a change agent. And sit with that theme around change agent. What parts of me can contribute to being a change agent now for whatever it is that you want? However you want to write your story going forward, you can transform your life. You can be an agent for metamorphosis. I invite you to ponder that question, to bring those parts of you, to bring that person forward for this exercise. Take a big deep breath in. A big exhale. Feel the weight of your body. Take a big deep breath in. Big exhale. Feel the weight of your body. Another part of transformation is sitting with your fears, having an honest conversation with your inner self about what is in the way of this transformation, what might be distracting me from making these changes, from opening up to metamorphosis. Where am I stuck? And oftentimes that is enshrined in fear, in fears, plural. And the best way forward is through your fears. I look at the snag behind me here in this beautiful forest, and that symbolizes fear to me. But it's kind of jagged. It is the remnant of a tree that probably snapped off. It's a symbol from nature's intelligence to use for working with fear. I invite you to assess your fears, assess what might be in your way, and engage that. Acknowledge your fears in order to work through it, to get to the other side, to get to writing your chapter of transformation. Take a big deep breath in, big exhale, feel the weight of your body. I love this forest because it represents the folding in of many different transformations in the history of this land, from the glaciers that were atop of this, to the trees that grew and then burned, and to human impact. All of these parts of history are here in this forest, just like there are lots of parts of your history. And now you're building new parts. You're assembling transformation. You're assembling a metamorphosis. You're hosting a metamorphosis and writing new chapters to your life. And this forest is great evidence of all of the layers, all of the goodness, all of the movement. Nature is constantly changing, interdependent, and everything has a purpose. For the remainder of this experience, I invite you to open up to all the parts of you, all the ways that you are rewriting or writing or integrating your metamorphosis. What does a metamorphosis mean for you? What does transformation mean? What do you want? What can you manifest here? And if you're not sure, that's okay. There's no right or wrong way to do this. Just know you can always ask nature. You can always ask nature's intelligence for assistance. Even if you don't know the questions you even want to ask, you can start there in this experience. You can start there in nature and your relationship, and keep building. Take a big deep breath in, a big exhale. Feel the weight of your body. This forest is so alive, just like you. You are a beautiful person and you are making changes in your life by being part of nature here and by being part of your own wild nature, by opening up to your own wild nature. I thank you for being here today, and I remind you that I have a YouTube channel. I'd love for you to subscribe, to like, to comment, to share, all those things, but most importantly, to remember that 20 minutes a day doing this work of integration, of connection, of something mindful in nature is enough over incremental time to make lasting changes in your life. It is enough to embark on a transformational shift towards healing, wellness, awakening. Thank you for joining me, and be sure to stay tuned for the third part of this 3-part series on making a metamorphosis in your life, asking nature's intelligence for help for transformation. I appreciate you joining me, and I'll see you down the road.